Afternoon all, and welcome to 1 p.m. in the UK. I don't know where it is elsewhere, wherever you're watching me from across the pond, where it's probably early morning, but I am in Agora HQ and I've got a challenge. There's actually 3 Wednesdays including today, so today, next Wednesday and the final Wednesday to get Optimus Prime built, because there's a big event happening at the Birmingham Metropole Hotel, which is Transformers Nation, TFNation's happening. We need an Optimus Prime for that, so I'm going to be building it. Now, I've got every single pack here. Don't know how many packs I'm going to be able to get through today. I'm going to aim for 2, and we'll see where we go. I'm going to go through some of the things that I've got here, though, that's going to aid me, because another challenge that I've been giving myself is, can I do a model on the go? So I have bought some tools. Now, this kit does come with pretty much all the tools you need. It comes with this screwdriver here, but for luxury reasons, strictly luxury, I'm using my own screwdrivers. So I bought my own screwdrivers here. These are a PH0 and a PH1 screwdriver. This is going to stop blisters. I've also got some sprue cutters here. Going to need them. I wasn't allowed to take a scalpel with me because I can't really carry a scalpel around on the street with me. So I've got scissors. So scissors going to open the screw bags. And I've got some tweezers. And then finally, I have got some glue. Now, this is a CA super glue. It's a brush-on glue. I get mine from the range in the UK, but there's brush-on glues everywhere. But you don't really want to be plastering your model with glue. So this is why I use a brush-on one. And it's pretty funny because the first thing that we're going to be doing is we're going to be gluing some stuff together. Not a lot of glue in this one, I have to say. Now, I'm just going to be building and chatting. That's pretty much what I'm going to be doing. I will tell you what I'm doing as I'm going along. This I have built before, but I can't remember it. So this time, rather than look at the instructions on the screen of my computer, I've actually got an iPad here, which I'm going to be looking at, hopefully. Well, I'm going to make mistakes. I always make mistakes. That's just what comes with me. So, can I speak up? I can turn my thingy up, but I can't. This is as loud as I can get, Lou. I've got like a red. It's in the red, Lou. Turn your volume up. It's in the red. It's in the red. Test, 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 test. On my one, it says I'm clipping now, so we'll have to see. Okay, let's start then. We have got a camera here. This is the camera we're going to be using. This is like a static camera, and some of these pieces are absolutely tiny, as you can see here, which is what I'm going to be doing first. And what we're doing first is we're actually making the head. So pack 1 pretty much is the whole head. The good thing about my super glue is you see it sets really quick there, which is all cool. Didn't you give it away to Transformer Shop, lost an arm? It's still got the arm. It's just battle damage. That's what I call it. Okay. We're going to be taking this. This is a metal section now. And the tiny bit that we created is actually going to go into this metal section. So everything is going to start coming back because, I really have forgotten where we're up to. So that's going to sit in there just like that. And then finally, we're going to be putting a plate in the other side. I'm wondering, do we glue that part in? It does. I need to glue this in. So stand by. This is why I use the brush-on glue, because I'm not going to spill it too much. Okay. There you go. That's in. Okay. Same token, we're going to be doing the same on this side here. We're creating the front of the helmet. These 2 parts go together, so these lights here are going to be on the inside. Again, little tiny bit of glue. I'm just spotting this around. Nice. This is great. Doing a model on the go. Now, something I will have to do, stand by, I'm just checking that's right. I think that's right. Yep. Something I will have to do is, there's a couple of packs I'm probably going to be taking home with me, like one of the other arms, because I don't think we'll finish it in time otherwise. And we don't want that, do we? Okay, so we've got this. This is going to be going into place on here. And again, this is going to be glued into place. So put some glue on here. With CA glue, plastic sticks to metal, no problems at all. So there we go. Look at that. Hi, Mark. Hi, David. I can see chat. Okay, just holding that for a second. Hi, Simon. There we go. The start of Optimus Prime. This is cool. Now, I did get some of the parts out already that I'm going to need, as you see. But unfortunately, this is the last part that I had ready. So, I need to put this in. Basically, this is going to be fitting on top, just like that. And it's going to need screwing in with PWM screws. Now, we've got 3 lots of screws in this one. We've got the silver ones, which are PWM. We've got black ones, which are PWB, I think. And then we've got these ones here. But when I get to them, I'll show you what I'm using now. Because I don't have a scalpel, I am going to be using my scissors. That's going to cut down the chance of me injuring myself by a lot. Okay, so let's get this part in here. Screwing that in. Now, this build, as a matter of fact, I think I can probably get away with my bigger screwdriver here. No. It's going to be my PH0. Has it got a thought of a counterpart to Optimus Prime like a Megatron? Absolutely no idea. But this is one of my favourite figurine models, big time. Mainly because of how big it is. Lou in chat, he showed this model off at Wonderfest a couple of years ago. Actually, it might have been about 3 years ago. But as you can see, that's what the helmet's looking like at the moment. Okay, we're on page 2. That's not bad going. And page 2, we're going to put that to one side. We're actually working with some electrics. So I need a motor. Looking for the motor. Stand by. I didn't get this one ready, did I? I'm looking. I got it. I found it. Okay, so we've got the motor. And we're going to have a little tiny thing that's going to go in the end there. Which I have got my tweezers to help me on these small things. It looks like a little cam. Hopefully you can see that. And I'm going to be putting this into a shield, which is here. And I need to make sure it's round the right way. So this is going to be going over the top. Hang on. Just looking. I think it goes over the top like that. Don't know. Don't know. We'll come to that bit in a second. This is definitely what I want here. Right, okay, so let's put this bit in first. I think this definitely goes on here. Just checking that I haven't got the wrong piece. Why can I not get this on? Wayne. Why can't I not get this on? What am I doing wrong? This is why I look to chat now. I was thinking there would be the videoless Wednesday until I remembered that Optimus Prime build was today. Bonus live Wayne. Yeah, no, definitely. Okay, I'm just trying to figure this. 1 second. Take TR121. Yeah, I do think that this is meant to go on here. Am I doing something wrong? Perhaps it's got to go in that way? No. Stand by, I've got it jammed in there. Does anyone remember this? See, this is supposed to fit quite flush in there, but I can't get it to fit in here. I'm just looking at the instructions. Let's get the other parts of this together for the second, because we need these motor mounts here. This definitely goes on top. I'm looking at the picture. Let me just show you the picture, what I'm looking at here. See, it's going in there, so it's looking like that. I've got absolutely no idea. Oh, actually, no, it's only fitting just gently over the top like that. It's not going all the way through. So that's handy. Right, okay, so now we can put this in place. There's me thinking I'm supposed to be pushing it all the way through. It's basically just going to sit in there like that. Perfect. And then what I need to do is I need to close this off on each side. Let's see if I can do this. This is going to be a little bit tricky. I need one side going on here. Kind of like that. The other side will be going on here. You wouldn't think I've done this once before, would you? Get it in. There you go. And then this is what's going to be fitting at the top. Let's make sure we get this round the right way. This is going to be going in here, kind of like this. Right, okay, I've got the idea now. Okay, so that's going to be on like that. I do need to put this part back in here though. It's quite fiddly. I don't want to glue this into place, that's for sure. I've got a my laptop is making noises. Stand by. There you go. That is in. We have got that in exactly where it needs to go. Now I'm holding this together with PWB screws, which are these black screws. Now the good thing about having just 3 lots of screws, it's pretty easy to see which ones I've got to use. There's going to be some holes in here for me to put these through. And it looks like they're on this side here. So one there. And one here. Nice. Check that looks like the picture. It certainly does. Guessing when this revolves round, it's what's going to make this move backwards and forwards. So this is all part of the mouth mechanism that we're doing at the moment. They're going to refer to this as B. That's what this is called. B. Okay, I'm just looking at the instructions. They've actually, I don't really want to change it. They've got this the round. You know what? If I don't do it the right way round, I think I'm going to have an issue. But they've got the motor span around 180 degrees. So I am going to do that. Stand by. It's all going to fall to bits now. But I think we knew that was going to happen. They have got this round that way. Like that. Let me put this back in. Again, it doesn't matter which way around this cam goes. I just like making things hard for myself. Okay, let me whoops, make sure I've just taken the motor out. So let's make sure I put that in the right way. Looking at the instructions again, so if that's there, I'm going to want that to be, yep, that's right. Okay, that matches the picture now, so I'm happy. You just know I was going to have issues if I didn't do that. Whoops. I'm trying to, I need to just be able to get to the motor to put this little bit on. Now I don't want to glue this in. I don't know if I should have been gluing that bit in. But you don't really need to, as you see. There we go, that's on there. So we know how that's going to be. Let's put this in here. Put that there. There you go. And then put this side on. Now, I'm not stressing at the moment. We're doing good. We're doing very good. Get this screwed in. And one on the other side. So that's part of the mouth mechanism now in place with that cam on, which is going to be able to move that as the motor moves. Right, next thing we've got some more parts here that we've got to put in. Let's get these out. We've got, looks like this part here. So this looks like we're doing the eyes now, which means I'm going to need the lenses. And I believe this is the lenses, which are going to go in here. So I'm going to do a quick dry fit, I'm thinking. We are going to need to glue these in eventually when I put the other section in. I don't think it's those bits actually. Stand by, I think it might be these ones. It's these light blue ones, which fit perfectly in there like that. Okay. And then this is going to go onto this section here, and we're going to be pushing this into place. So what I'm going to need to do is put glue on this, and by gluing this in, it's going to stop that lens falling out. So what I do is I'm going to put some glue around the edges here, which is what's going to touch it. There you go. Make sure I'm putting this in the right way, so it's going to be going in, just looking, looks like this way. He says. It might be the other way. Let me see if it fits the other way. Hang on. There you go. So it's going in like that. Nice. I'll keep my hand on it for a second, but the glue should be holding that into place. I've got some brackets I'm going to be putting on each side, which I've got here. Now, are these labelled? Don't think so, but I can put these in exactly as they're meant to be. So, getting this the right way round. So that, I think, goes on. Bear with me. Looking at the picture, right, yeah. So if I'm holding that this way round, this is going to be going in here, like that. And the other one is going to go in the other side. Just like that. There we go. Nice. Okay, now we've got sort of like the bottom of the mouth, which I'm looking for all of my parts. That's this piece here. And I'm going to be putting this into place. Now, if I just turn this over, we have got two lugs that we're going to be pushing this onto. Don't think we need to glue this in. So I'm just lining this up. I'll get these in. Oh, this is a bit tricky. Hang on. We are going to be putting screws in this in a second to hold these in. There you go. That's in there. And then to hold this into place, I'm going to hold it like that with my finger. We're going to have these black PWB screws to get this in. So you're getting to see what a raw, unedited video looks like. So on that side. And we'll have one in this side as well. Perfect. Hello everyone who's just entered. So now this is able to move like that. Pretty good. Right. When that's done, we're now on page 12, I believe. We can put that to one side, and we've got some more parts to get out now. which look like this here, and I've got a cap to put on this. It's a rubber cap, and it's going to go on top of this ball joint there, like a swimming hat. And then either side of this, I've got a couple of details. Well, let's get these out, which look just like this for the ball joint. Now, I don't suppose it matters what way around we put these, because obviously this is going to be able to spin. But we are going to be putting these together. Now, by putting these together, you might see there's some indents in here for some nuts. And that's what this third lot of screws are for. Get them open. And what I'm going to do is put a nut in this side. And then I'm going to be holding it in with its screw, whoops, which is a metal screw from the outside here. And then screw that down. Nice. Making sure that's nice and tight in there. Do the same on the other side. So because of that indent, I know which way it's going to go in, because the other side doesn't have an indent for that nut. That's going to go in here. All of this is part of the head. So there you go. That's nice and in place. Now I need, let me grab this, need me tweezers. This joint here, and that's what this is. This is a joint. It's going to be able to make this turn. Now it does go in a certain way, so just looking at what way around we've got it here. So the side with the screw, I want to have the flat side facing up. So this is going to go in like this. There you go. Perfect. Now I'm just making sure this looks like the picture. So in the picture, it's the other way around. It should be that way around. That's exactly as they've got it in the picture. So I'm happy. Okay. We are going to be now adding a cable. So let's just try and find, I think it's this cable here that we're going to be adding to the head, or the jaw that we created. This has got a large end and a small end. I'm guessing it's the small end that's going to go into this section here. Nice. And then we can put that to one side. We don't actually need that now, because we're going to be using this one. And obviously we want to light these eyes up. So to light them up, we have got this piece. This is basically a circuit board with LEDs already on it. Now I will be testing these in a minute. We do have a test board and stuff here, which I'm going to be putting on, but I need to make sure I put this on the right way. So let's get this round the right way. We want it this way round, and we want this to be facing this way, so the wire's going off in this direction here. To keep that into place, I'm using one of the black PWB screws. Just through here. Obviously on these circuit boards, just hand tight, you don't want to break the board. There we go. So he's going to have lights now. Just checking we've got it off in the direction it needs to be. Yep, that's all good. I've got, oh god, hang on a second. Attach E and D by sliding the notches over the posts as shown. Right, so we're going to be attaching this to this. Right, okay. I'm thinking about it. Okay, so these are going to go into these points here and here. So that is now free to move just like that. That's looking exactly like the picture. So again, I'm happy. Just gently put that down while I scroll to the next part. It looks like we don't actually need that again, so I'm going to put that to one side and bring back what we were working on here. And I've now got a bracket to put on this. Now, what's that bracket? I believe it might be this one. That's what it's looking like. Now, these are labelled, I think. This one says number 1. This one says number 2. So, thinking about how this is going on, just looking at both of these, it doesn't look like that one, that's for sure. Looks like this one here. What I'm going to be doing is the bladed section that I've got here for that joint I put in is actually going to go in here. Like that. That looks good. Okay. And then I'm going to be putting this onto one side of Optimus Prime. So it's actually going to be going on here. So I need to match everything up here. Which is going to be a little bit tricky. Let me double check. I think that's right. 1 second. It's being held in 3 different places. I'm just looking at how my images are on here. 1, 2. Stand by. I need to zoom up my picture. So this top corner, it's not this one, is it? It's this way around. It's this way around going in here. There you go. So this is going to go on like that. Wow, look, that just fit like a glove then. Nice. Okay, we're holding this in with the PWB black screws. There was just a post for the Enterprise D Premium stand. All right, okay. Okay, so that's one screw in. It's 3 screws that are going to hold this in. One there. One at this far side over here. I do believe that that mouth is now engaged, so it shouldn't move. And we've got one, just looking at this, I believe it's this corner here. I think it's this one here. It's going in, so I'm happy. So, there we go. That's one side done. We're going to be doing exactly the same on the other side. The other side's slightly simpler though, because we don't have other parts to put on it. Now, I want to keep that lead out the way, I'm believing. So this can go in here. Just making sure everything's fitting into place. Almost. I've got a little part here that I need to just get in the hole, which I've just done. Perfect. And again, 3 black BM screws to hold this in. Obviously the head lights up, talks, does loads. That's why they're so detailed on the parts that we've got here. So one there, one here. And then finally I've got one just at the top. Right here. Nice. Okay. So at the moment, that's how his head is looking. Okay. Now we're going to run the cables together. This is going to be fun. Into just this section here. So I'm just seeing how they go. They're basically going to go into these lips here. So I think if I get them in first, probably going to need my tweezers for this. Just to help me put these under. As you can see, one's under there. And then it will just go underneath this one as well. So there's no chance of these wires now getting in the way of anything, and they're going to point straight down as well. So we've got one in like that. Let's just do the same with this one. Now this one's going over the top and kind of following the same route down. I find it better just to make like a little loop, so you can push that in there. Perfect. And then again, just under this one. I'm only using the blunt end of my tweezers, just so you know, so I don't break the wire. But as you can see, that's nice and neat in the way we got that. Okay, we have got to use one of these big screws now, because I'm going to be putting this into place. And what happens is we have got a hexagonal side here that I'm going to drop a nut in, just like that. I'm thinking that's gone in flat. I'm hoping it has, because on the other side, I'm going to be screwing that in from here. That's why you're going to need a big stem screwdriver, so it can go all the way through, and hopefully, let's just check. No, I need to get that nut flat in there for this to get into place. Bit tricky, this one. Ah, we've got it flat now. Okay, I'm going to let gravity help me. Once you've got it in flat, the nut can't really go anywhere, so it should tighten up, which it's doing. I don't know if you can see that through the top. And it's nice and tight. There you go. Excellent. And I'm even more happy because it actually looks like how it's meant to look. So we're happy there. Okay, put that to one side. We're going to be bringing over some more metal sections now. Check out that metal. Look at it. I love that colour. I did say I used to have a Hyundai Ascent that used to be that colour. And then I've got two brackets to put on. Now these brackets, are they blue? I don't think they are. I think they're silver. I think they look like this. The instructions have them in blue because this is like the part that we're working on. But I do need to make sure that these go in the right way. So we're going to have one. They do go around a certain way going in here. Perhaps it's the bigger one first. Let's go around the other way. I think this is what we're putting in. Hang on a second. They are going to be glued in, I believe. No, I don't think they are. This isn't the right bit. I'm using the wrong bit. Hang on. Hang on. I'm looking. This doesn't look like that bit. I'm sure it's not. Oh, it is, but I've got it. I had it round the wrong way. Right, okay. Okay, this is going to be going in kind of like that. So this is where you all scream at the screen and say, oh, I'm just seeing if there's a certain way around it needs to go. It can really only go one way in. But we do need to glue them in, so we've got this effect on the other side. So let's do that now. There's kind of like a ledge for this to fit in. So I am going to put some glue on that and just inside the holes. Again, not too much. And if it doesn't fit neatly one way, I'm just going to flip it over and turn the other. But as you can see, that's looking pretty cool in there. Let's do the same on this side. Yeah, I like that. That's how that's looking. Okay, this is then going to be going on what we've created here. Looks like it's going on the back. And it's going to be covering the circuit board here. Now, it's going this way round. Kind of like this. And there are screws either side that I'm guessing this can go into. I'm just trying to see how they go. They're going to go kind of like that way around there. So one's in that side and that one's in that side. We're holding these in with the black PWB screws, and we need 4 of these. So I'll get these in. We're on all afternoon, peeps. Put me on in the background. You can hear me stress in peace. Actually, this isn't going too bad. It's all coming flooding back. As a matter of fact, I think this is probably the hardest thing to do on this build. Just doing the head. It gets really easy after this. But it's very much enjoyable, that's for sure. There you go. So, the back of his head is in place. Now we're going to be putting on what we created just here. This is going to be going, they've got it this way round on top, this way. Oh, did I have that the wrong way around? Stand by. I need that way round, and it's going to go onto those parts there. Did you see how well that clipped in? Excellent. Okay, PWB screws again, 2 each side to get this in. Good morning, C Blind XP. Yeah, have me on in the background. You can hear me stressing. I'm not stressing at the moment. Look, I've even got water here. I've got all the modern comforts. We'll be fine. We'll get through this. Okay, put 2 in the other side. If anything, if I am making mistakes, please feel free to point them out to me. I'd rather you point them out while I'm making the mistake than me having to take the whole thing apart. Because you know that'll happen. Okay, and there's that one in there. Okay, and now we're going to make what I like to call, I don't know, the ears. Is it kind of like the ears? I don't know. Let's get all of these parts out. Now, these are metal. So we've got 3 parts of this. 2 of the parts here are plastic. Everything else is metal. So I'm trying to figure out which way, stand by, that we're going to be doing this. So we're going to have, oh wow, I'm just trying to get my bearings here. 1 second. We've got one of these parts, which is going there, which is going to be going onto one of these parts, kind of like here. Okay, that's good. Which is going to be going onto one of these parts, which is going to go on the inside here. Okay, let me just figure this out. 1 second. Perhaps it might be the other side, because that's going to go there. Yeah, so this part here, we will have to glue these in. I've just got to figure out which side's going in where though. So that has got to go on that side because there's lugs for this to go into. Oops. There. So this goes in here like this. So what I'm going to do is glue that into place, I think. Because I don't want this going anywhere. More to the point, I think I'm going to just put some glue around this edge. Like that. Because there is lugs on here for this to go into. So it gives that kind of effect. Let's do the same on the other one. I'm putting them just on the lugs there, but on this part I'm actually putting them on the edge because it's the edge that's going to have contact with that metal. Now these are going to be screwed in anyway, so they can't really go anywhere, but this is just for peace of mind that they're not going to go anywhere. So there we go, that's in. And now we're going to piece everything together. So we've got 1, 2, and then just trying to make sure I've got the right side. It's going on this side here, so then 3. Now there is a locating lug on here. So you have to use the right one for the right locating lug. That looks good. So I've made basically this side. I'm holding that in with a PWB screw. What, no rum on a live stream here? we haven't got to that stage yet. Just checking how this screw goes in. It's something's not right. Stand by. Looking at all my parts. Oh yeah, because we need to put this on the actual Optimus head. It's going to go on here like that. Then I'm going to be putting it in with a PWB screw. Whoops. Now, before I came here today, because I'm in Canterbury, Agora HQ, I did magnetise my screwdriver up to make sure it's going to hold on to those screws. But look how quick that's made Optimus come together. I'm going to do the same on the other side. So this is going to go in here. Whoops, get it the right way. That way round. There you go. And then this goes on top like that. And then a PWB screw, which I'm trying to load up. There you go. Is going to hold that into place. Look at that. How impressive does that look? I love it. I love this build. Okay, I've been jumping ahead of myself, haven't I? Okay, we've got the piece that I got out very first when I did this, thinking it was a lens. What did I do with that? There it is. This piece just here, we're going to be putting that into place. Now this is actually going to go on the top, and it follows the like a V underneath this. Now it is going to need to be glued in. So once again, he says it needs gluing in, like it won't come out now. Little bit of glue. And again, I just put this around the edge. And the advantage again with a brush on glue is that it's not going to seep out from the sides when you put this on. So, oops, make sure it's on the, yeah, I was on the right first time. Hang on. Get that in there. Is that right way around? I think it is. Stand by. Perhaps it was the other way. Hang on. What am I doing? I just had this working and now I can't. Right, hang on. There you go. And that's in like that. Nice. Okay. We've got parts here that are going to cover up these bits. Now, let's get these out. These are actually on a sprue, and this is why I need my sprue cutters. So the flat side of my sprue cutters here, have a little bit of glue on, I put towards the detail, so I get a nice clean cut out of this, like that. And do this side like that. Empty sprue. And then we've got another piece, which looks just like this. These are silver. And again, I'm going to need to cut these off. Now, they have a little bit of this side come off. So you've got to be careful where you cut it along the sprue. But that's how much that should look. Hello, wife. So there we go. That's into place. Now we're going to be gluing these into place. So we're not actually going to be getting to that anymore. Now the lugs on here are, you've got one small one, one big one. So they can only go in one way. So get these in. One just there. And then what's going to happen is this is going to go on the top. And it can only go in one way because, again, it's a D-shaped pattern. Don't really need to glue that. That goes in really tight. But we'll do the same on the other side. Perfect. You know, the good thing about doing live videos is that you don't have to edit them. I couldn't get that one to sit properly, so let's get that. You've got to get it so it's fitting completely flush, otherwise you're not going to be able to push it down. Which I'm having a bit of problem with at the moment. Stand by. you go. I think that's in. Oh no, we're still a little bit ski-whiffed. I think I'm not going to be able to fix that with the tools I've got here. Yes, I am. Let's have a look at that again. Okay. There you go. That's him. And then we can put this one in here, which again is a D-shaped pattern. Just trying to make sure this matches up. There we go, so it's that way round. Just looking at this one, this is sort of like there. I want to make sure this matches the one we've got on that side. This one feels a little bit loose in there. Let me, I am going to put a little bit of glue on that one. Again, I'm just matching up the little lug in there. There you go. And that's what it looks like on both sides. Nice. Okay, so that's all the way up the head done. Now we're going to be able to test some stuff now. Now remember I told you I had the battery tester. Let's put some batteries in here. These are AA batteries. I need 4 of these. And this is pretty much going to be with us for the whole build now. And we do have a test board which looks like that. So the batteries here will go into the test board. Let me just untangle this. And they go into the larger of the plugs here. So put them in. And now we've got quite a few, just going to move these black screws, LEDs here. So what we're going to do is we're going to check all of these LEDs work. All we need to do is plug them into the smaller of the sockets, making sure the pins are on there. And there you go, they come on. So that one works. Let's do all 4 of them. That one works. That one works. And finally, that one works. There we go, we're happy. Okay, put that to one side because I'm going to start bringing over some biggish sections now. Just having a look at what I've got here. Actually, they look big. They're not actually big. We're going to be making the headlights, if you like. So we're going to need these parts here. I'm going to cut all of these off the sprue. Again, flat side towards the detail. Push hard. And then if you've done it properly, there shouldn't be any flashing along that edge. Do the same on this side. Now with the where we've got to do another leg and we've got to do another arm, I think one of the arms takes up 2 stages. That means I've got 9 stages to build. I'm probably going to build the matrix and the blaster off camera as well. So if we say 9, yeah, definitely 9 packs that I'm going to do. It'd be good if I can do 3 today. I can't see why not. Okay. So we've got 2 different sides here. This is going to be going in here. And then what's going to happen is the bulb, which just fell out, is going to, let me just figure this out, is going to be sitting into a recess just at the top, making sure there's no difference between them. There isn't, they're all the same. So this is going to sit into the recess right here, kind of like that, as you can see. Now, I'm just checking what other parts we've got. We've got this part as well, which is going to be going on the other side. I'm not going to do that yet because they do want me to take out the outer rim of the lenses. And I've also got the actual little yellow lenses here as well. Pretty good. Let's cut these off. You will notice when I'm doing this part, I'm very quiet because if you slip here, you're gonna have a bad time. And I don't know if we've got plasters here. I haven't, Jim, no. Okay. Now, folks, if you're watching me on the Agora site, oh God, how does this go? Stand by. This is going to be going into the top here. Be sure to make sure you're subscribed, because obviously we're going to be doing this quite a few times. So when this is in, it should hold itself in there just like that. So I'm going to do that a few more times. 4 of these. I think out of all the builds that we've done, this one has the most to do on a very first stage, like a first pack. Absolutely loads to do. Okay, this is the last one just going in here. Perfect. So what we're going to do now, it's going to be hard. I'm going to cut these off. And I am going to need, oh, am I trying to cut them off with my scissors? Look at this. Okay, we're going to need to glue these to make solid pieces. But obviously each one is going to have one of those LED bulbs in. Now the LED bulbs are all the same length. So it doesn't matter which one we use. So what I'm going to do is take the one that we've already going to be doing. I'll put some glue just around the edges there. Make sure this bulb goes through here. Like this. And then I'm going to be taking one of these. Just see which way around it goes. It looks like it's going this way around. So it can sit in like that. Perfect. I'm holding it upside down so the lens can't fall out, basically. And then I'm going to be putting the other side on here. Ugh. You see what just happened there? I knew that was going to happen. I am going to just drop a tiny bit of glue around here. Now, normally I wouldn't do this with lenses, but seeing as these lenses here aren't clear, we're not going to have a problem. That little bit of glue in there is just going to stop that falling out. Let's try that again. You can also pretty much do the same, I'm guessing, with the LED here as well. You can put some glue just in the LED to stop that moving anywhere. But what should happen, if I find the other side of the one that I put glue on, let's do that again, because I can't remember. Okay, gonna make sure this sits in here. We don't want this falling out. Once I piece this together, it's actually going to sandwich this in here. So, here we go. As you can see, that's one headlight done. We've got to do that a few more times. 3 more times. This is going to Transformers Nation, Jim. As you saw there, I just put a spot of glue to where the LED is going to sit. It's just going to make things a tiny bit easier there. Now, I'm not gluing this section in because this section is going to be able to support its own weight, if you like, he says. Although that's going to fall out. Let's put some glue in here. Okay. Push that down. Nice. Get this in here. I'm getting a little bit sticky here. The glue, there we go, that's in. And then once again, just some glue around the outside to piece some of these together. And again, I'm just checking that the LED can't come out. That's number 2. Let's continue. See, on edited videos, I can cut all of this out and say, there you go, there's all 4 done. Don't have that luxury today. But I am looking just over at the packs I've got left. There isn't much left to do in this. But we have done quite a few things. So what I'm going to try and do is do 2 at the same time. That one's in really tight, actually. Okay. Right. Once again, I do think it helps just putting a dollop of glue just there. Just to help keep the LED in one place. I'm not trying to stick it down, I'm just trying to keep it in one place. Then put this in. Glue along the side. Both sides. And then piece together. Nice. That's 3. One more. How's everyone dealing with the weather at the moment? It's actually a lot cooler today, which is a blessing. If anyone's going to Transformers Nation, just so you know, it's at the Birmingham Metropole Hotel, right on the NEC. And it's on from the 31st to the 2nd of August, I believe. I'm hopefully going to be there on the Friday, rather than be at Festival of Quilts. That's the in-joke at the moment in my house. Okay. Perfect. Let's just put some glue around this edge. These do hold it really tight in here, just so you know. As you can see, I almost did my fingers then. And I'm believing, oops, that one's just slightly off. 1 second. Come on. No, I'm having trouble with this one. Get in there. I think we're in. I think we're good. I'm just checking this one. I'm not kind of happy with that side. That's in. There you go. That's all in. So we've done 4 of these headlights. Okay, we do have a part to put on the back of these, which is these parts here. Get me sprue cutters and cut all 4 of these off. It's lovely and cool now, Dave. And how many people are going to be watching England tonight? It's when everyone says, ah, right. So again, I'm going to be putting some glue on the back this time, just like this. These are shaped and they're going to be going at the back like this. So we need to repeat that 4 times. Perfect. One more. It's the mid-90s here in Western New York yesterday. 80s today. Wow. You've all got aircon over there though. We don't really have aircon in the UK. I mean, we don't really have hot summers normally. It's only really the last few years they started. Actually, last year wasn't a very nice summer either. I remember the kids broke up for the school holidays and it was raining most of the time. So, okay, so that's all the backs on there. Now, we've got these little sort of like holders for these to go in. Now, I always remember, I'm just going to change my glasses because I need to read this. This says number 1 I need. So these have got a number on, number 1. There you go. And basically we're going to be mounting these into place. So it looks like they actually fit in here. Looking at how all the way, so they're like clips. And I want the number 1 to be facing towards me. So let's get these in. Until they click space, glue as shown 4A. All right, we'll glue these in afterwards. These clip in though, definitely clip in. I'm just trying to... This is going to be a bit tricky. Hang on a second. I do want the wire to be between them. I think I remember last time having this. It's a fun clip. You've really got to push down on it to get it in without breaking the wire. But I do also want the wire to be coming out the back side there. So kind of like that. There you go. So, getting the wire to feed in. That's how it should be, with 1 all the way down there. Gonna take some pushing, that one. Let's do the other side. I'll see if I can figure out an easy way. I think the easy way is to put one side in, like this, and then sort of rotate it around while you're pushing it down. There you go, and you can get 2 in, like that. It does get easier, as you can see. Let's do the same on the other side. Again, I want the number 2 facing me this time. And get this in, so I'll put 1 in here. And then try and, whoops, push the other side in, like that. And then we'll just put the last one in here. Probably best to put the one on the inside on first. Almost. There you go. Excellent. And they are all on. Nice. The part was snapped. Well, we didn't snap it, so we're doing something right, I'm guessing. Let me put my other glasses back on, because now we have got these panels here, and I want the one that says number 1. So I'm just looking at these. I think this is the panel I need. Yep. So by this magnet section here, we've got numbers on. This is number 1 just here. So number 1 is going to match the headlight number 1s, which are here. And by the look of it, these are going to be going on here kind of like that. So let's just see how these are kept in. Now they sit on the outside. How do these... I'm just figuring this out. Hang on a second. So that's like that. These are going to be sitting in here. I'm guessing they go in. I'm looking. Let me just have a look at the picture again. So... we have got some lugs on the bottom here. We want to make sure the lugs go into the holes. So let's just guide them in. Definitely got one side in. I didn't have the other. Obviously, I'm not too worried about the wires at the moment. This is quite tricky. Got another tricky part. It's easy to get one side in. Stand by. Aha. I think that just went in. There you go. Just looking at this. Is that right? That doesn't look right to me. It's definitely right. It's definitely number one we're putting in here. 1 second. Route the cables are shown. The cables are coming out through the front here apparently. Oh, hang on. That might be in the problem. I'm trying to keep... The cables are going to come... Right, okay, that's the problem. I had the cables jamming it. Okay. Let's have a look at this. Okay. I think I am going to have to glue this into place because I have actually just managed to break off one of the little tabs in there. But that definitely goes in there just like that. But I am going to glue this down. Have to be careful of that. Let me just keep these out of the way. Now I am making sure this is definitely round the right way. It certainly is. So that's going to fit in just like that. Hopefully I'm going to let that dry. We do have another part to put on, which I'm just trying to look for these instructions, which are over here. Let's get these. Hardly anything left in these trays now. Looks like this part that we're going to be putting on now. It's going to be put in place with PWB screws. It's actually coming out the side. So what we're going to be doing is routing these cables around the sides here and here. So they're coming out down the bottom like this. And then they're going to be coming out of the side here like this. You get the idea? And then I need to put this into place, which I believe goes in. Let me just look at the last picture. Towards this, towards the outside. So are there different ones? 1 second. So if this is the back side, we want this to be going, they've got this going over the top here. Hang on a second. They've got this going that way round. Okay. it looks like, go back to this picture here, hang on. So they've got this way around. This is going to go over this section just here like that. Okay, holding that in with PWB screws. No, this is the Agora one that I've already built on the channel. I am trying to match up this picture exactly like it looks here though. So, because I do want to make sure this is in the right way, it's going to go in like this. Let me just get me screw in here. It's a PWB screw. One that side. And one this side over here. Because obviously these can open and close the doors here. And then finally, once that's in, we've got these parts here to put in, which are actually going over the top. Now, let me just see what they've done here. So, again, what they've done is, oh, let's get this right. So now I'm starting to understand how this is. They've got this coming out the side, and then we're going to need this to go over this section here and then out. So I'm going to have to undo it again because now I understand where these wires need to be. I never said I was going to get things perfect first time. So what happens is we want these this way round like this. Then I can put this in. Then I can screw this in. Perfect. Do the other side. Making sure I'm not pinching any wires. Get that in there. Whoops. I said make sure you don't pinch any wires and properly pinch the wire. Right. Okay, so that's in. And then this is going to go round the outside here. Like that. And then I've got this cover to put on. And as you can see, we've got a place for the wire to route through here. So that fits on just like that. And that makes that pretty impressive there. It looks like we're going to have to glue that part on there. So let's do that. I don't think it's got any, no, we're just going to put some glue on this. Put a little bit either side on the top here. Try that again. I am pulling it quite taut because eventually I'm going to want to hide these wires here. But there you go, that's in place. We're going to have to do that all over again, I'm believing. I know we've got two more things to put in here. We're not finished with this. And that's because, this is going to be a fun one, we've got magnets here. Now we don't need to worry about the orientation of the magnets, but we do need to put the magnets into place. So they're going to go where we see these slots here. So with magnets, really cake it with glue, just like that. And I want to drop them into the recesses just there, one there. And one there. Lovely. I'm going to let that set now. I think that's it for that side. No, we're not finished. We're not finished. We get to attach this to this. This is great, this part here. You're going to love this. Look at this piece of metal here. So this is going to be going in here. I think this is this the right side? Stand by. I think it might be the other side I'm working on. Yep, this is going to fit in here like that. That looks great. As you can see, it hides all of those wires now. You can't see them. We're holding this together with the PWM screws. These are the metal screws here. We need 4 of these. So when I'm happy with where it is, I'll start getting these into place. Now what I want to do is not push too much down on these. There you go, that's in. Whoops, let's get these in. Now I am pretty confident, let's put one in this side first, I think, that I haven't pinched any wires. We'll find out in a second. Make sure how much editing, how many I make mistakes. Yeah, I do a lot of editing. A lot of editing. As you can see, normally, if I'm doing a 2-hour video, let's say I record for 2 hours, the editing's normally double. So it normally takes about 4 hours to edit. But, I mean, that's the advantage here. I don't have to edit it. Make sure that's in tight. One more screw to put in, and that's this one here. Now, the ones that are going in here, they're actually sort of at an angle. So they go in like this. But, there you go. Look at that. How cool does that look? Okay, we have got some windows to put in. And that's basically looking like this. And we do have, let me get one of these out. The window in this protective film here. Now, I believe one of these has got a notch at the bottom. I'm just trying to find it. There's a notch here and there's one here, which is going to be matching into the window here. So let's get the right way around. I believe that's going to be, let me just check. This is going to go in here. And it does actually keep itself in there pretty good. Now, if it's not sitting flat, turn it round. Just checking this side. There you go, that is perfect. Just looking, it should be flush, just like that. Now, I think this is the one for this side. Just looking at how this is going to go. Just looking at the instructions. Because there's one for the other side as well. I think I've just made the other one for the other side there, because this one's going here. The reason being is, this little part here is for the windscreen wiper. So again, there is a bend on this. I don't know if you can see. So I need to make sure that that bends the right way round, and there's a notch just at the bottom here. But when I put this in, the notch is going to fit into that recess there. Excellent. So then this can go in here. Just going to clip that in. Just almost there. There's always one in there. Always one. No, don't want to force it. Let me try again. I've just bent my tweezers. That's typical, wasn't it? Almost. We're so close. There you go. Now the other one needs to go in. There you go. So that's flush in there. And then on this sprue here, we have got the windscreen wipers. So I get to cut them off. Just trying to get to that flat side there. There you go. And give you an idea, this is going to be going on here. Now, there's two kinds. So let's get this one off as well. Trying to make it flush there. Nice. And as you can see, that's going to go in there just like that. So let's push this in. Nice. That looks good. And then finally on this bit here, obviously we've got some wires showing. We want to hide those. So this time we've got these 3 sections here. So first one is this stickiness. It's going to go over the top there. Let's get that stuck in. It's got a film on the back of it, as you can see. So that's going to stick just there. And then over the top of it, let's get the right shape. It's this one. Oops. And the right lens for it, which is that one there. I really want to trim the sides here to make sure I've got any flashing off, because I think these are going to be a tight fit. Put these in here. It is a tight fit, just like that. And then this is going to be going on top of this section here, which theoretically just hides every wire that we've had in there. Once again, this is going to be a little bit of a push, I think, to get it in here. But we have got that in. Just like that. Now I believe that is one side completed. That looks pretty good, huh? I like that. Okay. Watch out for screws. Your magnets are going to be picking the screws up. We're going to do that again. So let's see if we can get it right this time. Once again, we're going to be putting these in here with these coming out the back. This time I'm going to try and make sure I lined up everything. So that one's in there. And this one is almost in here. Probably the hardest thing to do, this is to get this little one in here. There you go. That's in. Nice. They are saying I might want to glue that in. I don't know. Do you think I should glue it? I think I glued it last time, didn't I? So let's glue it this time as well. Now this is pretty much coming to the end of pack 1. That is the first pack. Can you believe how much there is to do? I forgot. There you go. That's in. Nice. Okay, once that's in, we've got to trace the wires round. Actually, the wires are meant to come out the front, weren't they? I remember now. Wires in the front. Put this down. See, I've got the memory of a goldfish. Perfect. These go round the outside, through here, hold it there while I take this and put this into position here with the black screws. Now what we'll do is after we finish pack 1, before we go on pack 2, I'm going to give you a break. So we'll have a 5-minute break before we start pack 2. It was your birthday, Michael Delamont, on the 2nd July. That's the same date as my sister-in-law. There's a lot of birthdays in July now. A lot of birthdays in July. I thought I had a lot of birthdays in May. But yeah, July, oh my God. Okay, you want to make sure that's in quite tight, otherwise you're going to have a wobbly door. No one likes a wobbly door. Bit of glue just at the top here. Bring the wires over the top like that. And then put this in like this here. Excellent. And there you go. That's in place. a little bit better this time, hasn't it? Right. Then we're going to be putting the magnets in. So again, we want big glob of glue here and here. We've got 2 magnets to put in here. So, whoops. 1 and 2. You don't want to be pushing this down with any metal, otherwise you're just going to be picking the magnet back up again, which you don't want to do. Okay, then we're going to be putting this onto here. So let's get it around the right way. It's going to be going that way round. And I'm holding that in with the silver screws. Once again, remember some of these screws do go in kind of like at an angle. Perfect. 1 in this side. This is the hardest one in there. Pain. I'll put that one in last. It seems to be that one every time. These aren't too bad to get these ones in here. Yeah, by having a little 5-minute break, it gives me a chance to just tidy everywhere up, ready for the next pack. We have 1 in here, which, just having a look to make sure I haven't pinched a wire. I don't think I have. Perhaps I will do this one in here. This one's not going in. Why is it not going in? Oh, I see why. Okay. You've really got to get it into that hole there. There. Perfect. So 1 in there. And then finally, just this one here. Which again, I'm going to look where the hole is. And there you go, that goes in there. Nice. Okay, so we've got the front on. Once again, we're going to be putting the window in place. We've already made this one up. Trying to get this in is going to be a little bit fun. Let's try and push one side in at a time. Ooh. Nope, let's try that again. I have got my glasses cleaner here, so I can, oh, hang on. So I will be able to polish this up in a second, on both sides. I'm wondering if I put the bottom in first, and then push the tops in. What do you reckon? Would that make a difference? No, it's easier to get to the bottom ones. And this keeps falling out. I didn't have this problem with the last one, did I? Let's try that again. Hang on. That's definitely in right. Okay. 1 in there. 1 in there. And then I'm really having problems getting this in here. Oh, I see what's going on. Right, okay. 1 there. And 1 there. Nice. Where's my... As I said, I do have... somewhere, I did have... There it is. Some glasses cleaner, just to make sure that that window's nice and clean. Because I'm fussy. I'm going Goodwill's workshop. We've almost finished pack 1 and I've got no idea how long that's taken. Put this in here. So this is like the little windscreen wiper. Excellent. Then we've got, let me try and find it, another bit of this stickiness which goes on the side. which is going to hide all of the wires on that side there. Perfect. Now we've already, oh, we haven't done that. We've got to just cut this bit off here. When you cut this off, ensure you've got no flashing on this edge just here. Otherwise, again, you're going to have a bad time. Get this one off. This has got to win an award for the most things to do in pack 1. Put this in here. Nice. Make sure that's all the way in. And then I get to clip this into place on here, which is going to be a little bit tight, but we will do it. Using my tweezers again just to push that back. There we go. So it clips in. And there you go. That is the other side done. Looking at the instructions. Yep, pretty much that's all there is to do in that stage. Now we can test some more stuff. Obviously we've tested the lights here, but we can test Optimus Prime's head. Yeah, let's do that. So we've got a big one here. Now when I put this in, I'm guessing this is the motor. It should make his mouth move just like that. So that's good. And then this one here is going to, once plugged in, make the eyes light up. Oh, put it in the right way, as you can see. So that was a successful pack 1. Let me go back to this camera. That weren't too bad, was it? Look, so we've made a head. And we've also done these. These are the quite fiddly parts of the build. Now things are going to start to get bigger. So what I'm going to do is going to tidy up here. I'm going to put you on some music, which means you can go and have a bio break and have a drink. Should be fun. Or come back ready for pack 2. See you in a minute. Okay, we're back. I've tidied everywhere up. I've got pack 2. I'm just getting the instructions. So I've downloaded every single instructions. For some reason, I didn't do pack 2. Let me just go on to... All the instructions are online, by the way. So if you go to the Agora Models website, to the download center, you can get all the instructions. So I'm just downloading that here. Won't take long. I can't believe everything worked. That went a lot better that time. I think I've wired the wires a lot more tiny this time as well. And as you can see, we've got pack 2 here. So in pack 2, we're going to be assembling the left shoulder and arm. So pretty much that is what we're going to be creating. Should be fun. Just the top end of the shoulder at the moment though. Once again, in pack 2, let me just... in pack 1, by the way, you do get this. So this opens out into... I believe this is scale. Look at it. Pretty cool, huh? I like that. Did you notice I've come dressed for the occasion today? As you can see. Right, so we've got, I think it's 3 trays again. Now, here is the box. And as you can see, let me change the camera. That's what the trays look like. So we've got that one. We've got that one. And we've got this one here. So, what I need to do, when I open these, I don't want these to ping off in all directions. So I can put my hand underneath and then just gently do it that way. So then this comes off without everything pinging all over the place. And I need to do that 2 more times. Now, obviously there's a lot of articulation in the shoulder, so that's why we've got things like this. And there looks to be a lot of jointish parts, if you like. Anyone looking in the background, see if any clues of what's coming next. Behave. Behave. Okay, so by the look of it, first thing I'm going to need is these 2 parts here, which get pieced together, just like this. There we go, that was simple enough. But we do have place for 2 screws here. Now these are PB screws, so always worth at the start of this looking at the screws, because we do have quite a few packs. We've got, they are labelled. Let me just see what this one says. This one says M3 times 8. This one is PB 3 times 6. PB 3 times 6. Is that the one I need? No, we need a different one. Then we've got some nuts. And we've got some washers. And we've got some PWM metal screws. We've got some bigger washers. Actually, these are split washers. These are normal washers. We've got some M3 times 10 screws. God, there's a few this time, isn't there? We've got some hex head screws. And for that reason, we do have an Allen key. Now, I bought all of my Allen keys. I don't think I'm going to need them. Look. I knew that this build had Allen keys. I forgot they provided one. But we'll see. I bought mine anyway. But we've got an Allen key. We've got some smaller hex head screws here. And in the other tray, we're not finished yet. We've got these as well. So we've got PB 2 times 4, which is what I need now. And then we've got PWN 2 times 6. So I will try and talk you through what screws we need at what time. But these are the 2x4. I think because there's so many screws, I'm going to be a little bit more careful when I open the bags here. So I know what screw I'm actually using. Okay, we need 2 of these. Now, as I said, not every part of this build is going to be put on camera because there's 2 legs, there's 2 arms. So some of this is going to be off camera, but we do have 3 sessions to build this in. So I'm hoping that's going to go really well. Now we've got a short side and we've got a long side. Now on this long side, we've got a cap to put on, which looks, whoops, just like this. Not that cap though. Stand by. Just looking at what other bits we've got. I think that was the right part actually. It seems, hang on. Right, glue the assembly from step 1 as shown, then fit to over the glued end as shown. TR43 over the glue end. Oh, right, okay. So this end's going to go into the stubby end here, like that. I need to glue that into place. Let's do that. Perfect. And then that's one end in. And then in this end here, we have got this, which is going to go over the top there. And again, I am going to glue this. So this is kind of like the exhaust, I'm guessing. Let the glue do its part there. Because once that's in place, we've got, this is great. Look, check this out. Oh, that looks brilliant. Now this is going to go over the top of this. Now I've got to figure out how this goes. Whereas we can see the holes here, I'm guessing when this goes on, we're going to be wanting this kind of like that. I mean, it's available to move around here. Just trying to figure this out. Push onto the assembly from step 3, paying attention to the detail highlighted in the inserted image. Yeah, I can see that detail. So the detail I'm looking at is this slot that we've got here. So when this is over, the slot is facing out here. And then, what do we do then? Push onto the assembly from... Right, okay, so then we're going to have... Let me just put that gently there. I have got... I can find it. This part here that looks just like that. I'm going to be gluing this into place on here. Like that. That's going to lock that into place. So now we know how that's going in. It's probably best to put glue just like that. Now, there is just a ever so slight difference, which is basically this goes right to the edge, but it doesn't on this side here. So we want that side to be facing up. So when I've got that in, it should look just like that. It's looking pretty good. Let me just, again, just looking at the instructions to make sure I've got that right. It's looking right. There you go. That's eventually going to be attaching to something, I'm guessing. Okay, we need some parts which look like... Is it this one? Let me have a look. Nope, don't look like that one. Looks like this one, perhaps. Nope. What is this part that we're looking for? It's red. I'm just zooming out. Okay, it looks like it's a red part. It is this one, surely. That looks just like the picture. I think it's this one. We've got a bit of trim to put in here, which I'm looking. Is it that one? I think it might be that one. It's looking like that one that we can push in. We're not going to need to glue that. That's really stuck in there, that one. Okay. And then we're going to be attaching, let's get this right. We're going to be attaching what we've created here to this. I'm trying to figure out how it goes. Hang on a second. First attach T20. So that's going, right, okay, so this is following the shape of what we've got there and it's going in there. And this is why we had this little notch at the top that needed to be there. Now I'm holding this in with PB 2.3 by 6mm screws. So this is going to be a black screw. And I'm guessing it's this one, PB 2.3. Yep, this is the one. Where's my scissors? Again, I'm only just cutting the top of this off so that I can get to the screws without losing everything. This is going to be going in here. I think they do Never Too Old. It's worldwide. Okay, so we've got that in. Now this bit's going to be, we can put that to one side. That's how that's looking. I like that. This is going to get a little bit difficult now because I need this section here. I need these 4 metal lifters. I'm going to need 4 washers. So I can open these up. There's only one sort of washer. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to need 4 of these, what I call split washers. I don't know the proper name for them. And I'm going to need some 3x8 hex head screws, which are these ones here. These are the smaller ones. Okay, God, there's a lot here. Now I'm guessing these are the ones that are going to be able to be used with the Allen key. Excellent. Okay, so to get these in, we're going to be putting a split washer on the screw first, then a normal washer. This is going to be going in this side here, and then on the other side we're going to be having this, which we can actually just screw in like that for now. And then I don't need this at the moment. I can tighten that up in a second and just repeat, rinse and repeat. So one of them through the top and screw it up. Keep going until you... I'll be here all night, Will's workshop. It'll be, hello? Oh, can somebody let me out? Okay. You know what, out of all the builds I've done, I find this one the most calming. This is such a cool build. I haven't got too stressed yet. We've done some really difficult bits. Split washer, this is the last one now. This one here. Through the top. And then screw this in. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to tighten all of these up. So I'll hold the bottom and use this part of that and just give it 1 turn. Actually, it's kind of like a 1/4 turn. Just to ensure that these are tight. Excellent. So that is in place. Right, this is then going into this block, just like this. So this is going to be able to, if I get it in, I'll give you an idea of how this goes. Go out and in like that. That's what we want. And then I'm going to be doing exactly the same thing on the other side. We're going to have M38 screws, the hex head screws, the split washer, a normal washer, and then we're going to screw these into this side. And what this is going to do now is going to stop this coming out. So it'll only go out so far. I'll do them hand tight for now. One in this side. Whoops. That slipped out. Excellent. Now obviously, if you want to see this in real life, it's going to be at TFNation. So, and I believe there's panel tickets, I think, for Friday. I think Saturday and Sunday might actually be sold out now, funny enough. Might be worth just checking out their website. Okay, and then this one here. And whoops, just get that screwed up. And again, I'm going to make these tight as well because we don't want to hear these jangling around. But as I said, those washers that we've put in there are now going to stop this coming out. So get this last one in. As you can see, this can now move out and in, but it can't come out of there, which is pretty handy. Okay, now we've got these. These are really good joints, these are. This is a joint that we're actually going to be putting into the cavity here. Now it's going to go actually into the cavity, you can see there. So it's coming out the other side just like that. And again, we're going to be using some split washers in here and some M3x6, which I believe is these ones. Let's have a look. Stand by. Yep, M3x6 hex head screws, not as long. And that's what's going to hold these in. Now it's holding them in from this side here. So I'll get them in. And I'll just put them in like that, I think. Now remember, this is one shoulder, which is why I'm going to do the other ones off camera. But we will have two arms by the time we come back to this. Okay. So I was just looking at that. Hang on a second. Did you see the mistake I made then? Oh, I didn't put a split washer on. You have to put split washers on. Let's do that again. That was almost dangerous. Hello, Chris's collection. How the devil are you? Okay. We're almost there. Just having to make sure I put the split washers on. Now, they are asking us to make sure it's in a certain position. So I'm going to look at that in a second. I'm guessing it's because it needs to be in a certain position to actually mount this to wherever it's going to mount to. Put the last split washer on here. And screw that down. So this isn't going anywhere. That's that in place. Right, let's just have a look at this. So on this side here, we want to make sure that the horizontal part of this middle, right, oh God, this is going to be hard. Changing my glasses. Let me get me pointing thing. I'm not looking at the nut on the outside here. I'm actually looking at this bit in the middle. There is actually some flat sides either side, one here, and there's a flat side here as well. We do need to make sure that they're straight, and I'm just looking at mine at the moment, and it looks to be perfectly straight, so I don't have to move that around. It says, let me try and zoom up. Fred TR249 onto a 3x6mm square, make 4 sets using them to secure TRs in place. Well, I've done that. So everything's happy there. And I've got that pretty much exactly where it wants me to have it. I'm hoping that's right. It is saying definitely check that they are round the right way. They are definitely round. Right, okay. That's good. Okay, we can put that to one side because we've got another little bracket here, and you can recognize the same thing that we just had. We're going to be putting one of these in. This time this actually goes in this way, not the other way. So we are going to be securing it in from this side, but the larger end's coming out here, and it's exactly the same thing. It's the M3x6 screws with a split washer through this side here. Yeah, Agora ship worldwide. So you can get it in Canada. Blame Canada. Okay. You know, I had Canada in my sweepstake team for the World Cup. Oh well. Bless. Okay, here's the second one. Four of these to put in. And they do go in from the side that you see me putting it in here with a split washer. And here's the last one. And we're almost in a position to put all of these together now. This is a joint and a half. So let's get this right. I need, hang on, we've got another joint here. So I've got this joint looking like this. Let's get this round the right way. What's going to happen? This is going to go on here like that. And then I'm going to be putting this into position. Let me have a look. On top of this. So that's going to go in there, just like that. And then this time, M3 times 14. I'm looking for them. That's these really long ones here. Let's get them open. And split washers again to hold all of this into place. Now, you peeps before were talking about my arm falling off of the personal one that I made. I'm starting to think I didn't do something last time because I think this is what keeps the arms on. So if anything, I'm learning something here. I'm pretty confident this is perfect though. Pretty confident. Okay. Will's Workshop, I actually said I think it's going to be, tonight's game is going to be a no competition. I think we're going to smash them. I think I wouldn't be surprised if it's 3 or 4-0. Famous last words. We'll see what I say tomorrow. I won't be able to face anyone. Okay, this is the last one just going in here. So there's 3 parts of this now which have all been put together, and you can see the amount of detail that's just gone into that. So we are still adding other parts. I've got a part to put here now which looks just like this. Now there's a little slot for 2 of these to go in. I'm holding this in with a 2.3 by 6mm screw. That was these black ones, the larger black ones here, which I did keep in the bag. So let's get them in. One there. And whoa, we dropped the screw. One the other side. Perfect. Okay, I'm happy. And I've got to align this with the assembly as shown. I'm looking at the assembly. I'm thinking this is aligned. It looks exactly like it's meant to. Yep, with that. Remember that the flat edges here should be either side? They are. And that enables that to fit nice and flush in there. So that's good. Okay, we're going to be putting this on what we created first, onto this section here. So let's get this the right way round. It's this way round, and it's going to be going on here, so that this side is actually facing towards the inside there. I think that's right. It's looking right. I'm just zooming up my picture. Yep, that's exactly the way it should be. Now I'm holding this in with M3 times 8 screws and the split washers. So that would be, that's times 10. That's these with these split washers. So I'm just getting these back onto where it needs to be. This goes in here. And then use my Allen key to keep this into place. Nice. Once I've got one in, should be easy to get the rest in. There we go. That's not going to fall out. I'll tighten that up in a second. Morning from Atlanta, Georgia. How's it going? How's Atlanta at the moment? How's the weather been? Last time I was at Atlanta, there was storms everywhere. We had to, we almost diverted. We were on our way to Charlotte. We almost diverted to Atlanta, but there were storms there. So then they were going to divert us to Knoxville, Tennessee, which was quite funny. But luckily in Charlotte, where I was, the destination where I was going, it cleared for a second. So we did manage to land in Charlotte. So I was happy then. Okay, this is this one going in. And then finally, one more is just going to go in this side here. All the way in. Lovely. And we'll screw that one in as well. You know what? This is just like a top part of the shoulder. And believe me, once I've got this in, the weight of it, it's so heavy. It's a heavy model, this one. Okay, now we've done that, we're going to be putting some surrounds on either side here. Now, I'm believing that is what these are, perhaps. Let me just have a look. It's looking like it, I think. Yep. So if this is this way around, we're going to have one going in here, and which goes in this side. Put that in, because basically we've got these holes here that this is going to go through. So it should fit flush in there. And then the other one is going to be going on the other side, but it looks like we're going to be holding this one in first. Let me just have a look at this. No, we want to put this one in, but I'm putting the wrong one in first. Let me take that one back out. Come on. It's this one I'm going to want to put in first. The reason being is because once this is in, so I'm just working it in now. Come on, you. There you go. We're going to actually be putting a screw in here to keep this into place. And it's going to go right down the bottom there. Now, these are the 2.3 by 6mm screws again, these black screws. And this actually goes all the way down here. We need two of them. So one there, nice and tight, and one the other side. So that's keeping one of these in. And then the other one will just go over the top of this to clamp that into place. Just lining up the holes. And trying to get this to go together. Come on. It definitely fits in this way. It's just being a pain. Let me, there you go. Perfect. So that is now in, just like that. Now, this is able to move, as you can see, up and down. I don't know if it turns the other way. I think it's just meant to be going up and down. But, oh, God, it's tight. Okay, once that's in, we're going to be putting a side on. So I'm going to keep it that way. And we've got a side here to put on. Now that looks like this piece here, I believe. And it's going to be going into the side here, like that. And it's held in with PB 2.3 by 6, again, of the black screws. Hi, Alan. How's it going? And the Nexus. Hi, Kevin. How's it going? 4 of these to go in. Nice. Just looking at the next one. So obviously what we've done on one side, we're going to be doing on the other side as well. So once that's done, I can turn this over that way and grab this one. And this is going to be going in exactly the same way, but over here. held in with the black screws. Has anyone else's picture gone funny? Well, I've dropped no frames. Try press F5 to refresh. Kevin? We're doing good and we're still streaming at a lot. 8,000 bits. Got a good internet connection in here. Just going to look at my microphone. I'm on a wireless microphone, but I did charge them up before the stream, so I've got plenty of time on them. Oh yeah, the screen has gone a bit weird, hasn't it? Let me go back. I'm looking there, that's a bit weird. Go back there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to turn my camera off. 1 second. Yeah, it went 8-bit pixely. It did. You're right. I'm going to turn it off and on, again. Back on, and now I'm going to disconnect, deactivate the camera, activate it again, and then go like this. And there you go. Be good again. There you go. Kind of. That's okay, isn't it? Yeah, that looks all right. It did go 8-bit then. I don't know why that was. Who knows? Okay. So that's how that's looking. Let's put that to one side. And now I need some more bits. Wow, these are... Let's get these together. I need this piece here. I need this piece here. And I think it's these 2 bits here. I'm thinking. And I'm thinking the way this goes, if I can get this right, is that this piece that I've got here is going to go into that point just there. Like that. Okay. Then I'm going to be laying that down, because on this section I've got these blocks to put in, and I need to make sure I put these in the right way. So if this is this way round, I'm going to want the short side to be going in here. I think they can only fit in one way actually. So stand by. If they're that way round and we're putting these in, we want the short side going in first, I said. Yep, so these are going in here. It's being a pain. Stand by. Why is that not going in? Let me see what's going on. It's definitely the short side's going in. Right, okay. I'm thinking... Oh no, there we go. I'm thinking I'm going to need some sort of hammer. We've got it in. We've got it in the way it needs to be. As you can see, it just needs... there you go. They're in just like that. Now we're actually going to be piecing these into here. So they're going to go in like that. I don't know why that bit there just fell out. But I'm holding these in with the black screws again. I'm not doing too bad at the moment, am I, Dave? It's I'm shocking me. This never normally goes like this. Okay. I did like 8-bit mode, I have to say. 8-bit mode was wicked. Okay. So that's in. So once we've got this side in here, let's put that back in. I'm guessing we're going to close it off by putting the other side in here. Like that. Make sure this goes all the way together. This can't now fall out. But I am going to be putting some of these black screws in again. We need 3 of these. Get these in nice and tight. I think it does. The camera that you see me, this camera here, is a pocket free. So I think it might have just been on too long. I don't know. I don't know how long we've been streaming for. 2 hours. 2 hours and we're almost halfway through the second pack. So that's not too bad, is it? Let's get this last screw in. Now once this is one piece and it's looking just like that, that's looking good. We do want to hide these screw holes here. So I do believe we've got some little bungs which we're going to be pushing in here, which is going to hide those screw holes. I made a pig's ear of opening that up, didn't I? So line them up and just push them down. 1, 2, and 3. Nice. Okay, looking at the instructions again. Now we've got this. We've got some parts to put in here and here. Looking at what parts I've got, I'm guessing they are these here. And I'm guessing that one is going to go in this side, probably that way round. And then one is going to go this side, which is bigger, so it can fit that way. So this can only go in one way, to be honest with you. But I'm holding this together with one screw. It's an M3 by 8, so it's one of these screws with a split washer. Oh, hang on a second. Hang on. M3 by 8. It's definitely one of these. The difference being this time is we're actually using a nut. That threw me. Now we haven't used M3 by 10 yet, but this will be going through this side here. If I can get that in. There you go. On the other side, I'm going to be putting one of these nuts. Whoops. Which I'm going to let physics. Wow, physics did its job then. Whoops. I was just shaking it and it just fit perfectly flat in there. Get this one in. Oops, I forgot this is a hex head. And make sure wiggle that into position. Which, there you go. And then hopefully if I have it that way round, it should bite the nut I've got in there, which I'm looking, which it has, and get this tightened. Excellent. That's nice and tight. Right. Now we've got that. They've got it round this way now. We're going to be putting 2 more black sections on, which I'm just looking at what I've got left here. I think it's these. It looks like these. They're like collars, which are going to be going around the top here. Now, what we are going to have to do is we need to provide friction for these. So to provide friction, we have got this band, which is going to go around there. You don't want to twist this, so it's nice and perfect on there. So that when I put these on, which is going to be a little bit tight, I believe. One there, perfect. Just seeing how this fits on, making sure that I have got this on exactly as I want it. One this side, nice. It's going to be held on with, again, we're going to need an M3 screw, which is going to be going in through the fin side, I believe. Let me just have a look. Yep, which means I need to drop a nut in that side there. There is an indent for it, but we do need a split washer again. And then put this in. Excellent. Oh, no, that fell out. I love 8-bit stuff. That would have been right up my street. I don't know why I did that. That was quite interesting. Because I wasn't dropping any frames or anything, so it had to be the camera. It weren't the computer. We do want this tight, because obviously we want this joint to be tight. Just going to put a nut in the other side. And then get this in here. And once again, screw that down. Which this time, it's being a pain. Why aren't you going in? Get in there. Being a pain. Let's try that again. We got that in. You're in now. It's being difficult. I think what I'm going to have to do is just loosen the one on this side a little bit. Just a little bit so I can work this into position here. There you go, perfect. So then we can tighten these both up now. And that is in position, and it's really tight. You really do want that tight. Okay, we've got a top to put on here now, which looks like this. This is going to be going in that way. And this time, again, we've got the M3 8 screws, a split washer, and a hex screw, just like we saw before. So I'll put a screw in there. Sorry, a nut. God, ever since my channel started, I'm always confusing bolts and nuts and screws and stuff. Okay. There we go. We've got 4 of these to put in. We're doing good. I'm still happy at the moment. Nice. Have we still got anyone in here? Give a shout out if you're in here. Or did you leave when it went to 8-bit? I'm guessing the stream's still running, otherwise I'm streaming to nobody. Lonely. Okay, this is this one. Okay, all of those are now in place. Oh, wait a minute, we've got one more. Almost all of those are in one place. I can't believe we've almost done this stage. That's great news. Okay. Mrs. World Wayne's still here. Bless her. Okay, so we have created this. This looks amazing. But what we are going to do now is we're going to be putting this onto what we've just created. Now, I'm just trying to figure out which way round they've got it. It looks like, they've got it, stand by, that way. There's a bend in the bottom, so it's that way round. They've got it this way round. Well, I need to make sure I've got this the right way round. They've definitely got it this way round, because I'm going to be taking what we've created here and I'm going to be putting this into place onto this section. Now, this is obviously able to turn, so I don't suppose it matters, as you can see. Doesn't matter what way around we put it, really, does it? Because I can just turn this all the way around. But that's pretty much how they've got it in the picture, I think. No, they've got it sort of like this way in the picture. Let me go back a little bit. In the picture, let me get this right. They've kind of got it that way round. So I'm going to keep it how they've got it in the picture. I'm going to be, once that's in, which it is, I'm going to be holding this in with the M3 times 10. That's these ones here. Our old friend, the split washer. And it's looking like we've got some nuts as well. You're getting second cup of coffee now. I haven't even had one yet. I had one this morning. I need to cut down on the amount of coffee I'm drinking. I'm just seeing how these go in. 1 second. Oh, yeah, so they go in here. So we're not using the nut. They're just going straight in here. So one this side. Let's get that all the way in. It is going to need to be perfectly lined up for this to go in. Like that. Ah, I remember this. Right, so what we've got to do is we have got to put a nut in here, but the nut's got to go into there. So what you need to do is sort of like feed a nut in there like this, and then let gravity be your friend to get that into the nut, which I'm just trying to do now. Not the easiest thing you're going to do today. Let me just pull it back a bit. Now, I think there is an easier way to do this. I think we can just rotate this round, but bear with me, because I do remember this being quite hard. Okay, let's what I'm trying to do is just to make sure that I can slowly put this on the nut, which I have done, I believe. No, I haven't. I need to hold that somehow in place. I don't want that nut going anywhere. So I'm going to try and do it by hand while I'm holding the nut here. Stop it falling out. And I think I've just got it. Excellent. So now I should be able to tighten this up. No, that didn't work. Let me get that back out. Ah, you know why? I wasn't using a nut. Oh, Wayne, come on. I was using a split washer. Right, okay. Try that again. That goes in there. We're going to slip a nut into the cavity just there. That's better. Then we're going to take one of these screws and we're going to screw that through there and ensure the nut goes on top of this like that. And then hopefully, if I do this hand tight to start off with, excellent, we have got our first one in. So what we need to do is pull that nut down. It is in, but I need to make it tight, which it is. And there you go, that's the first one in. We've got to do that 4 times. Every stage is going to have its own little challenge. It's how you deal with that challenge is what counts. I'm always messing up. This is what makes it so fun, because look, if I'm doing things like this, you are too. This is what you want to do. Don't push the screw up. Let the nut come to the screw, and you see it goes in perfectly. Look at that. Okay, we're going to do the same on the other side. So again, I'm going to put the nut in there nice and loose. Grab one of these and a split washer. Oh, it fell out. Let's just feed it back in. It's hard to show you, I know, when we're only on the one camera. Put this up here. And then I'm just wiggling it around. And it guides itself in. Wow. See, look, we find ways. We find ways. Hello, Steve. How's it going? We're all coming in here now. Thick and fast. Obviously, this is going to be like this for the next few Wednesdays. So if you are free on Wednesdays or you're working from home and you want me on in the background, or if you're doing a build in the background, then by all means, make sure you subscribe. And you will be notified when the next one goes live. But there you go, look. That one's in as well. Excellent. Look at that. I can't believe I've managed to do that. All right, okay, that was a little bit tricky. Right, I've done both sides. Just zooming out. Now we're going to start piecing together the actual shell which goes around the outside here. So the first part I believe I need, is it this one or is it this one? I think it's this one. It's this one here first that we're going to need. This is going to go on here, so it goes over the holes just in the side there. Now that's going to be held in with the black 2.3 by 6mm screws on each side. So one there. Why is everyone saying first? What did I say? I don't know what I said now. So this is the third Prime Waders build. Now this is the second. I've only built one. I've only built this once in the past. And then these ones in here. So one here. And one in the other side. Okay. It's coming along. Right. What's next? We can put that to one side just for a moment because we've got lots of interesting stuff now. We've got this panel here and we should have This looks great. Now I always remember when I saw this for the first time, what way round does this go? Do the vents go that way round, or do they go that way round? Looking at the instructions, they've got the open side here going, it's quite symmetrical really, isn't it? It's looking very symmetrical. I don't think it matters. I'm putting it that way. I think it does matter when we put it into the onto Optimus Prime. So now we've got that. We've got this windowed section here, and this is going to dictate what way round this actually goes. So does it go that way, or does it go that way? Because the vents are different ways. So I'm lucky because let me change the camera a second. I'm very lucky because we do have a prototype over here. I'm just going to match it with the prototype. Stand by. Okay, so on the prototype, the front of the shoulder, which I believe is going to be this part here, is going to go on there. So when this goes on the shoulder, these are going to be going backwards on itself. You can't see that, hang on. So this is going to go that way. So these are actually angled backwards from the front. So when we see them, they're tilted off in that direction just there. Now I'm holding these in with PWM 2x6mm screws, which are not those. That's these ones here. There's a lot. Okay, we need 4 of these. Now, they're going in from the bottom. By the look of it, I think that's right. Just looking at that part. Yep, it is. So 4 of these in place. Oh, did you see what I did then? I put the wrong screw in. Stand by. It's metal screws we should be putting in here, which are silver ones. There you go. That's better. 4 of these going in. Oh, I did do. Yes, I did. Yeah, sorry. I thought you're talking about the G1. Oh, come on. The G1 is easily the best Optimus Prime. You know it. I know it. Okay, one here. Right, there you go. That's in place. Oh, it is actually telling me. So the back of the model is here. This is the front of the model. So it is actually telling me that in the instructions. I wish I'd read ahead now. So knowing that, if this is going to be the right arm, I'm guessing this is what we're going to be doing. This is going to be going on here, like that. In that direction. I'm guessing. Hang on. What arm are we building here? This is the left shoulder. So wait a minute. If this is the left arm, this one here, that's going to be there. So that needs to go to the front there. There you go. We got that right. We're holding these in again with the black 2.3x6mm screws, just from the underside here. So 2 each side. Oh, this is I'm going to be feeling this on my fingers tonight. One in this side. Excellent. And then we can turn this over and put 2 in the other side. Again, I'm just looking at what's left in this pack. We're almost done. Can you believe that? For this pack here. And it's now 3:30. So I think we are going to call it a day at 2 packs here. And then when you come back, you're going to see I've already created another shoulder. And probably the other arm is going to be completed, because all we've got left to do in this is the bottom half of the arm and the fingers. And that's going to be a fiddly stage. And that's going to be a next week stage. So there you go. That's how that's looking. Next, we have got this part just here with this black detail, which is actually going to be going this way round on here, so that when it's on, you can see that detail from this side. Hopefully you can see that. We're going to hold that in with PWM 2x4mm screws. That's these ones. We haven't opened this pack yet. So we need 4 of these in place. This has gone a lot easier than I thought it would. I was actually thinking I haven't done it for some time. I was thinking back that I remember when I originally did this, I think I might have broke the headlights, but I haven't had any of that today. I'm pretty, I think the word is, it's an Aussie word. I'm pretty stoked. Okay, now we've got that in, we're going to be putting this into place. So this one is going to be going on this side here. So this is going to be going in here. Now, do we just slide it in? It says place assembly, step 30, sliding into position. So yeah, we're going to be putting it there and just sliding up. I'm guessing, just like that. That was good, wasn't it? Then I'm going to be holding it in with some 2.3 by 6mm screw again, which I've got here. And how many do we put in? We're going to be putting, I'm looking, stand by. I think it's just the one. I think it's just this one going through here, like that. Because all we've got left to do, once that's on, is on this section, I've got some trim to put on, which looks just like this. And that's going to be going on this section here. So what we want to do is just checking which way round we want it. It's going to be this way, I'm guessing. Hang on. Might be even the other one. Let's have a look. It's definitely not the other one. It's definitely this one here. So we put one side in so that it clips in. Then I can push it like this and then feed the whole thing over so I can get the lug just in this side, hopefully. So then that clips just like that. That's a perfect bit of trim all the way around there then. I like that. Until it clicks into position, which is done. Excellent. Okay, so we've done that one side. Let's go and do the other side now, which means we're going to need this little detail here. And again, we've got some more vents going in here. The vents need to be in a certain direction, so they need to be this way round in there. There might be a locating lug, there is. So that's in like that. Again, holding in with a PB 2x4mm screw, which I'm just looking at all my screws, which is this one here. PB 2x4. I'm just making sure I am using the right ones here. Hang on a second. No, it's this one here. These are quite tiny actually. It goes in there. And then this, if I bring this back over, it's going to be going onto the outside of this section here, and it's going to be facing down. So that's why we've got these holes still in here. And it's just going to push in, just like that. Excellent. That looks really good, doesn't it? Okay, means we're going to be working on the other side. So for the other side, we have got this detail here, and we've got a couple of brackets that we're going to need to put in. This is what the brackets look like. So one is going to go on this side here, and the other one's going to be going on this side over the other side, number 2 it says. So it's looking just like that. It matches the pictures. Held in with PWM 2x4 again. Just trying to find those. PWM 2x4, they're down here. And we need 4 of these. So one there. One here. Nice. One here and one on the other side. Whoops. Okay. Happy with that. Once again, this is going to be slid up into the area here. So we would put it down low like that and then slot it into position like you just heard. And then once again, I'm going to want one of my PB screws to screw that into place just through the middle there. Okay, that's good. Then I'm going to be putting another clip into place. So put it in this side, making sure it lines up. If it doesn't, flip it over. There you go, that's better. And then clip that in. I find just running my fingers over the top here is the best way to get that in. There you go, that's clipped in perfectly there. And then here we have got the symbol, the logo here, which is actually going to be going into position 1, 2. Get that in. Wow, that just clipped into place lovely there. That's good. And then on this, let me get the right side. On this side here, we've got the last bits to go on. We've got 3 bits left of this build. So I need this one here first. And this is going to be going on here just like that. So we can actually see it from the other side here. And then on the other side, as a matter of fact, it's probably best to do it the other way around, I think. That will go in there like that. This one is going to go over the top here. So we can clamp both of these together. It's a little bit fiddly. You want to make sure that they go all the way through this. I think that one has. It might have to go in from the other way. Let me just check. It's a little bit fiddly. Yeah, they have to go in. There is a certain way these go in. So that's in just like that. This one then can go on top here. And then again, the black screws I've got are going to hold these into place in 2 positions. So get these in, one here. We do want this quite tight in there. One here. That's good. And then obviously we're going to want to hide all of the screw holes we have, which is why we've got this blank pad here. We can push that in like that. And that is all there is to do in that pack. And that looks really good. And it's all able to move, as you can see. And it looks really impressive, doesn't it? I love it. That is absolutely brilliant. So we have been streaming now for coming on to 3 hours. What do you reckon? What do you reckon? So what we're going to be doing in pack 4 and 5, we basically build the full other arm. So what I'm going to do in the next pack, which is pack 3, is we're going to be doing the lower arm and we're going to be doing the fingers. So in 4 and 5, we'll be doing exactly the same thing but the other arm. So I'm going to do that away from the camera. Now when it comes to the legs, you'd think we can build one leg and then build the other leg, but it doesn't work like that on this stage. Basically what we're going to be doing is building one leg up to the knee and then we build the thigh. And then in pack 9, we're going to build the other thigh. So what will happen is when I've done pack 8, I think it is, where I do the thigh, I would have already had pack 9 done, so the legs will be finished. Packs 10 and 11, there is a lot to do, but because I'm going to do the matrix of leadership, is that what it's called? Matrix of leadership and the blaster separately, we should be in line to have everything done before the 31st of July for Transformers Nation. I can't see why we won't. Because basically the detail, the hard details, the hard bits, we've already done. I think the only other hard bit we're going to have to do is where these are behind this section. Look at me playing. Behind this section here, we do have the circuit board. So we're going to need to plug all of this in. But we are in a position where we know everything works, so that's good as well. But I hope you've enjoyed that impromptu. We've got this for the next few Wednesdays. And I've enjoyed building that. And I will make sure that this is all ready to go again. God, I need to lose some weight. Ready to go again for the next one. But there you go. Everyone's just joining now as I'm about to knock off. But it's 4 o'clock, so I'm gonna get back to Corby so we can watch the football. Hopefully England win. But I really hope you like that video. Remember, subscribe to the Agora Models Plus channel. You will be notified when the next videos go live. Anyway, hope you enjoyed that. Take care.